Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Check this out. I mean, Corona V1. Blowing the wind. There you go. 971 was the protocol, I believe, and it just binds just like that. These two from OpenTX RC also. I'm gonna bind them to Jumper T18 Corona V1 protocol. Assalamualaikum and greetings, alishanmao here, and welcome to more RC video reviews from my little man cave. Today in this video, I am going to show you the all-new Jumper T18 Pro multi-protocol radio control. Now, when it comes to a budget radio that will bind with almost all the available protocols and frequencies for RC stuff in the world, you look at Jumper radios. Now, honestly speaking, I have never been a fan of Jumper radios. They used to be small, like toyish kind of things. I thought they were mostly for those hobbyists looking for experimenting on a budget. So I have honestly never had any interest on buying this kind of radio control. Instead, I always went for FreeSky X9D, Futaba 14SZ. Those are my most favorite and all-time to keep radio controls. But when I looked at Jumper T18 and the improvement the company has done, I was like, you know what, it's time to try this thing. So this is the all-new Jumper T18 Pro that comes with JP 5-in-1 multi-protocol module plus R9 915 MHz long-range module already built in. That means you don't have to buy an R9M for your FreeSky Taranis X9D anymore. How cool is that? This one will bind with R9 receivers, and you can even fly long range. Before that, I would like to mention this is my very first time with the Jumper radios, but it is not my very first time with OpenTX radios, which is Jumper T18 Pro is running an OpenTX in it. However, once again, it's my very first time with Jumper T18 or Jumper radios with multi-protocols. So I will take you along with me as I experience and progress with this radio. I learn to use this radio. I learn new knowledge with this radio. I find glitches, kind of issues with this radio. I will keep showing all of you straightforward, very honestly, whatever is my opinion about Jumper T18 Pro, how I feel about it, how is my experience with it, and how I'm feeling so far as I use and progress with this radio. Enough said, so let's bring the camera closer to the radio, the T18 Pro, and let me show you and tell you why I start to kind of like it. Not just that, I'm kind of excited because I don't know, I mean, in my room you have watched a lot of things, and this radio can literally bind with almost all of those RC stuff in this room, and I can control and fly with only one radio. No more carrying Futaba, no more carrying X9D, just carry one radio. How cool is that? I'm really excited, but let's not get too excited right away. Let's just let's take a closer look at the radio and its features, and then as per my experience and progress, you will be watching in my videos how I'm going with the T18 Pro. Okay, so the Jumper T18 Pro came in a really nice carry case like this. I simply love this carry case. Not only keeps your radio safe during transportation around, but also very nice for the storage. So behold the beauty of the all-new Jumper T18 Pro. Okay, we have, what is this? A kind of a screen protector. Very nice. Come on out. Then we have the neck strap. And check this out. All carbon fiber color scheme. I mean carbon fiber shell on it. Sweet. Look at this. Ooh, check this out. A folding handle. How cool is that? JR module bays here, the battery bay which takes 7.4 volt battery. You can take LiPo battery directly. There's a TF card in there already. Awesome. Nice anti-slip grips here. Right here, anti-slip grips and not soft. And what a nice feel in my hands for this radio. I mean, before I remember, it used to be like kind of tiny, kind of small, and that is why I didn't like Jumper radios. But now it does not have those, you know, tiny toyish looks. It has all the looks and features of a pro radio right here. I mean, something that is going to compete successfully against those radios sitting right there. Okay, so this was this. Then there is a USB cable, USB-C cable, and a kind of 3M tape, a circular tape. I don't know what is that. And now let's talk about the features of this radio very quickly. It says 2.4 GHz and 915 MHz modules built in. That is JP 5-in-1 and R9 modules built in. And once again, having to have that, you do not need an R9 module anymore, or even your FreeSky X9D anymore, because this supports FreeSky protocols with 5-in-1 JP 5-in-1 module, and obviously now we have an R9 module as well, which is built in. Number two, the big 4.3-inch IPS color LCD screen, which is also going to be a touch screen later with the coming upgrade. It's running an OpenTX firmware that I'm very familiar with, and having to have these three buttons and a dial, clicker dial system and return buttons, you can basically navigate the menu really very quick and easily. I've tried it and I simply love the way I can go around with the OpenTX parameters configuration using these things very easy and quick. The JP 5-in-1 multi-protocol module built in this radio also supports Crossfire. Obviously you can install the Crossfire TX module right here. It also supports telemetry data transmission. I have shown you it has a built-in TF card in the battery bay, which you can use for various purposes. It already came preloaded with all the files needed for the Jumper OpenTX operating system. There's a built-in speaker right here, pretty nice and loud speaker. You can obviously control the volume. Digital trims on the radio. Two more right here. Normally you have 4, but 2 more right here. Then you also have 6 gear buttons for APM and Pix Hawk. Very nice. Next we have 2 dials, one here, S1 and S2. Next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-position switches, 1 2-position switch, and 1 spring-loaded switch. Normally you use the spring-loaded switches with the glow engine models where you have to cut the engine off, you know, during the flight or after the flight. A little antenna on top of the radio. There is something hidden right here next to the antenna. There's a USB-C port. There's also an AV-type jack here. Don't forget you have also 2 sliders, one at the left and one at the right, and these sliders, I simply love them because you can use them for camera pan and tilt during flight very easily, or you can configure anything with those. I am actually excited that to how many things I can bind this radio to and use only one radio to fly. For instance, FreeSky protocols on multi-rotors that I'm flying, mostly FPV racing quadcopters or FPV drones. They will all bind with the Jumper T18 radios, including the old D8 protocol, which the FreeSky X9D does not support anymore, and for which I had to spend money to buy a separate old XJT module so that I can fly something with older D8 receivers. Now this will do the job. I don't need any extra modules. I can fly helicopters which use SFHSS protocols, so who needs Futaba radio now? I can probably bind these mini planes, which are basically Volantex RC planes, and running a kind of protocol that I will find out and be able to bind with the Jumper radio. This XK plane is running SFHSS protocol. I'll be able to fly it with Jumper T18. Before I used to fly it with Futaba T14. SFHSS, some local protocols in those crawlers, I should be able to bind those. I'm kind of excited to how many things in my room can actually be bound, controlled and flown with one radio alone. I'm really excited, and I hope the features and the performance of this radio is not gonna break my excitement. By the way, I also got together with the radio 3 more receivers. These are Jumper R8 receiver. These are brand new receivers for the Jumper T18 radios. Then we have R1 receiver, which kind of is smaller than R8. And then I have a tiny receiver for FPV whoops like, hey Tina, like this from Diatone. So I can actually install a mini receiver in it and fly it. By the way, it already had a FreeSky receiver, so I can just bind and fly. But I just wanted to show you that I also got 3 receivers right here. Now, let's turn the radio on and let me show you how it feels like to program this radio. Now, I didn't get any battery. Normally, radio comes with something like this. Okay? And you need to have 18650 rechargeable 2 of those batteries. But I don't have those, so what I did, I found one 7.4 volt, possibly a 1500 milliamp battery, and this actually fits perfectly in the battery bay. So give me a moment, let me just connect the power. Just put and lock the battery compartment, and the radio is ready. So here we go for the very first time.
Welcome to OpenTX. Throttle warning. Switch warning.
Okay, there you are. Awesome. Now the camera is kind of getting darker. It's really nice and bright LCD. Let me just focus on it, and we'll just navigate around a bit just to see what JP 5-in-1 offers. And I go to the system. I have Crossfire configuration. I have FreeSky SBEC, FreeSky SXR, Gruppner HOTT, and Spectrum International, or INT, I believe. Then we have SD card content, radio setup, where I can set date, time, and other stuff like volumes, beat, stuff like that. So we have lots of options here that we can navigate with this dial really easily. Okay, so I'm gonna set all these options very soon, obviously. Okay, then we have global functions, we have trainer functions, we have hardware calibration, and finally the version, the firmware version. What you can see, it supports Crossfire, multi-module LUAC. Awesome. Okay, now if we go to model, we have model setup, just like you have seen in FreeSky, obviously, with any, not just FreeSky, with any OpenTX firmware radio controls. These options will look very familiar to you. Then we have heli setup, we have flight modes, we have inputs, mixers, outputs, curves, global variables, logical switches, special functions, and telemetry. Using the telemetry button, you have main view, where you have layout, top bar, flight mode, slider streams. So you can basically set up the widgets here, okay, and you can add components to the main view as well. At the moment you can, and obviously for user interface, you can also choose the themes. At the moment I'm not gonna, do anything, any change to it. All right, now let's go to the model and look at something that we are really interested about, and that is, one moment, that is right here, internal RF. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on. It says multi. Okay, And then in the multi, oh man, now the list is really long. I'm gonna look at it. We have Asan, Bayang R, Bugs Mini, Cable, C5, EOA1X, CGO, CG023, nice. Corona, huh? I hope Corona V1. Corona V1. Can we control the coronavirus with this radio? This is one of the most hilarious things for today in my life. So we have Corona V1 protocol to control the spread of coronavirus. I'm not sure anyway. Oh man, that is really funny. Okay, so let's skip the Corona. We have CX10. We have Devo, DMO2, DSM, eSky, Fly Sky, F Sky, FS2A, Fly Zone, FQ, Free Sky D16, Free Sky X2, Free Sky LR12. That is nice. I have L9R receiver, for which I had to buy an XJT module for my X9D radio. Now I can use the Jumper radio and use my L9R long range receiver. How awesome is that? Then we have Free Sky R9. That means I can use my R9 Mini and R9 OTA receivers coming soon that support. Right now it does not support those Mini and R9 OTA receivers, but in a week or two it's gonna support, because at the moment they are testing those Mini receivers, which actually offer the Access protocol from 2019 of the Free Sky radio. So it's gonna support that very soon. Very nice. And we have FX816, FY, GD, GW, H8, High Sky, High Tech, Hontai, Hod, Hobson, J6. Oh man, I mean, look at that. The list is, SFH, it just keeps going. It just keeps going and going. I believe these are the protocols for the mini airplanes from OpenTX RC, WFly Walkera. Oh man, look at that. I mean, this is really long list right here. Really, I mean, the list is really long there, and I'm really very excited that how many RC stuff in my room that I can actually fly using the Jumper T18 radio. If you like Jumper T18 Pro, go ahead, check out the link in the video description. Get it. This is obviously a sweet radio. I'm gonna fly the Hey Tina right here in my house just to have a quick test of Jumper T18 Pro. Corona V1 protocol. Oh man, I am still just laughing my out. I still can't stop laughing about the Corona V1 protocol. I have no idea what kind of RC is that. I actually use the Corona V1. I hope they won't have the Corona V2 right there. Go ahead, watch other videos, man. Check this out. I mean, look at this. All these keys, backlight also can be turned on and off. At night this will make it look really cool. So I have set up the Jumper T18 Pro with Hey Tina. It works absolutely charming. I even set up the sounds like I did on my Tyrannus X9D.
Macro mode. Oh yeah, that was the right switch. Stability mode. Why, thank you. Take off.
Ooh, there's a lot of wind right here, man. Hey, Dina! Actually, flies superb, and my very first experience with the Jumper T18 Pro. I am simply loving the feel on the whole 2-sensor gimbals. Very smooth, very precise. Now the fan is blowing the air. I will try to hold the quad in front of the fan, blowing the wind. There you go. Fight it, 18 up, fight it. So nice, so good. And I actually don't feel.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Take off. Ouch.
I actually don't feel any difference when flying with X9D plus SE 2019 Access version with whole sensor gimbals. T18 Pro with whole 2-sensor gimbals even feels better to fly. So I'm still playing around with my Jumper T18, and the more I actually dive into it, the more I'm loving it. Check this out. This is a OpenTX RC Super Cub Sports, which is sold by Top Race in USA. And every time I brought it out, I had to bring its own radio out. But now, with Jumper T18, I mean, look at it, okay? It was just that easy. V971 was the protocol, I believe, and it just binds just like that. These two from OpenTX RC also. I'm gonna bind them to Jumper T18 Pro because, I mean, last time when I went out with these 3 planes, I had 3 radios with me, but now I just need T18 Pro, the Jumper. Come on, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It's right there. I know you can do it. Oh, while you're at it, also hit the subscribe button. Right there. Come on, don't be shy. Just hit it. Thank you very much for all your support towards my work, that I post regular and fresh content on my channel just for you. Hit that like button. Right.